your observations of the World Cup?
Well, there was a lot of talk, obviously, about where it was or where it was being held, and surprisingly enough, I've been absolutely surprised because it's been great in a lot of respects with the way they've arranged it, but more so with the games. I think the referees and the linesmen, lines people have done a magnificent job. The only thing that I can think of really was that goal that the ball was basically over the line, and VAR said it was in.
That
rule, yeah, it was actually one rule that I don't like. I mean, it's been going on for a while now, where when corners are taken, even in the Premier League and around Europe, they've seemed to put the ball just over that line. Why they've changed that, I don't know. I don't think it's right for the game, actually. If the base of the ball is on the line, yes, no problem, but not the curvature of the ball. Yeah. But that's the way things have changed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The modern.
Yeah. I mean, everything is changing. We have to move on, but it didn't look right to me, and I don't think it looked right to anybody who watched it on television. That ball was definitely over the line. But anyway, the VAR has been absolutely, I think, been brilliant. I mean, we have a few problems here in England, in the Premier League, etc. But no, I think the organisation of the games run by the people has been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, good. It's pretty good. There were some just the Germans complained about something about organization, but they're already home. Let's leave it. Which were the teams that you enjoyed watching the most besides England?
Obviously. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Padel, I've got a feeling that when you looked at the group stages, not one team got maximum points.
Yeah. There's no one with the perfect records in the groups.
Exactly, and I've got to say that because now that I think there's 26 in the squad of players, that because teams had already qualified for that last game, they put out the rest of the team, and I don't think that's a good thing, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Yeah, we read your story. You were part of the England team at the 97 World Cup.
Yes, I was, and but we only had 3 substitutes.
Yeah,
in those days, and it was completely different. I mean, when you see now the substitutes all lined up, and then they can be used. Basically, most of them. It's quite different from 1970 when actually there was only 3 subs, and if you were not involved with the playing or you weren't a sub, FIFA made you sit in the stand. That's how much it's changed. So no, I've got to say that the way it's set out now, everything's moved on. You have to accept that, and obviously
the game has evolved dramatically.
Yeah, it's a very hard job now. How can I say, for running the team? But then again, if I go back to 1970, we had a manager. We was Alf Ramsey at the time. We had two sort of assistants, trainers, and a doctor. That's all we had.
That's the stuff. Yeah.
Now, I mean, they have what? They have so many coaches and
there are analysts, data analysts.
Absolutely. Well, can I just say, when some of these players that score a goal and they take their shirt off, I mean, they have, well, it looks like a bra.
Yeah. Did you notice that there were only 2 red cards in the group stage? One was the Cameroonian Abubakar for celebrating.
That's right, because he'd had a yellow card, and that is a rule actually. If you do take your shirt off, you do get a yellow card for that. Yeah. So the referee was correct.
Can we get back to the teams? Who are your favorites?
Well, obviously, I'd like England to be favourites, but I've got to say that obviously Brazil are outstanding. The way they play, they don't worry about anything. They just carry on and go for it, and they have the skill. But in saying that, I mean, the game is in a way the other teams. Like, let's take Spain for instance. I mean, all Spain do is pass.
No aggression, no hustle, no.
And when they came up against Morocco, they had a plan to defend, but Spain never had any player that could take anybody on and go at them. And that seems to be right throughout football nowadays, you know. I mean, especially from my position as a goalkeeper. I mean, the way they play the ball out of the back, and there have been mistakes made by that. It's completely pass.
Yeah, and the goalkeeper gets more time to prepare for himself, to anticipate where it's coming from, and
absolutely. Because if I remember rightly, I mean, back when I was playing, do you know I only had 4 seconds to release the ball?
Yeah, from catching to releasing.
Yeah, 4 seconds. Now they take a minute.
I think by the rule they are allowed 6, but it's going like 16.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's normal. That's normal.
Did you not mention France intentionally?
Well, France is France is a very good team.
They're the reigning world champions.
They're reigning world champions, but like going back to what I said before, they changed. I think they had qualified. They actually put a complete reserve team out, and they lost.
Yeah, but they didn't.
You know, they didn't have to. They didn't have to win, but they lost. Now, to me, that really is not a good sign for the rest of the team. In all due respects, I know it's a different thing, but with England, he's played he's made a couple of changes. Southgate's made a couple of changes, and that wouldn't surprise me on Saturday that he'll start with the same team that he started with last week. Because if you keep a winning team, it's not a problem. And he has the players there who come off the bench knowing that they can come out there and play their part for the team. So hopefully, I think, obviously, with playing France, it's a different kettle of fish in respect, as you said, because they're world champions. And they have a certain player who plays on the left who is probably could win the 100 meters at the Olympics. But you can't worry about one player. Well, you've got to go out.
Let's focus on the particular Jordan Pickford and his counterpart. Yeah. They both play in the Premier League.
Well, I will say this, that Pickford the other night has done very well. He made 2 crucial saves actually at the right time, and that's what a goalkeeper has to do. If it's 0-0, even though you might not be doing a lot in the game, but if you come up with that, you have to be, the concentration level's got to be fantastic. Now with Lloris in the Premier League, probably over the last 2 seasons, he's made quite a few mistakes.
Well, I remember Pickford in one Liverpool derby. He basically gifted Liverpool the goal in added time.
Yeah, well, we all make mistakes, but you have to forget about that. It's whether you make sure, if that's only one mistake, it's not so bad. But everyone makes mistakes. You're a goalkeeper, the ball's in the back of the net and it's your fault. Centre forwards, can miss from 5 yards, 4 yards and get away with it.
Yeah.
But
the tiniest mistake of a goalkeeper, it stays in history. So
yeah, I think with Pickford, I've got to say, with this modern game, the way they play it out from the back, that he does mix it up quite a bit. He doesn't keep doing the same thing, which does affect the high press, which the other teams don't they don't know what to do, whether to press or not to press, because he's mixing it up. And I agree with that.
Okay, if the game goes to penalties.
Go on.
Well, we all know the saying that it's not the goalkeeper saving the penalty, it's the player missing the penalty. But just professionally, Pickford or Lloris is better suited for a shootout?
Well, I would say Pickford. I would say Pickford. I think he's more stature. The only thing with penalties is I don't like goalkeepers moving before the ball's kicked.
Well, but it worked out with Morocco.
Yes, it did. But the thing was, if you got the goalkeeper, if he'd have stood still and kept his eye on the ball, how many went down the middle?
Yeah.
That's always it amazes me. How can I say that you've got to stand there and react to the ball, not the player. If you react to the ball, then you've got a chance. If it's near you, you've got a chance of saving it.
Yeah. So, is there one particular goalkeeper that have impressed you the most during the World Cup?
Oh, I think Alisson. Alisson. Yeah, of Liverpool. Yeah, Alisson for Brazil. I mean, he is a superb goalkeeper. I mean, I see him all the time. Obviously, in the Premier League, and he is a master of his trade.
Well,
and
yeah, he's been pretty solid, and he's just with legs in the modern game. But what would you say about Thibaut Courtois?
Courtois, well, I mean, he
was voted the best last season and ranked only 7th in the Golden Ball rankings.
Yeah. I mean, when they won the Champions League, I mean, the pressure that he was under. I mean, I can never forget that. There was a corner late on, and everyone was in the box. I mean, I know he's about 6'5", 6'6", but he came and he caught the ball. Where how many goalkeepers have you seen in the World Cup catch the ball? They punch it.
Yeah.
And that's why I say Courtois is he does his job to perfection for crosses, because he uses his size, his height, and he does talk to his defense.
Do you see any goalkeeper claiming the most prestigious individual awards soon?
Well, I think, like I said, Alisson's got to be the one. Alisson's got to be the one. He is absolutely outstanding.
You say Alisson's winning the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, that's
well. Yeah. Well, if Brazil win the World Cup, he's got a hell of a chance.
They'll point out to Liverpool's season, which is not going very good.
Well, I mean, we've had that for quite a while. I've got my badge on, by the way, but no, I mean, under Klopp. I mean, listen, these things happen.
Yeah. We're just talking with.
But yeah, we're only talking early on in the season. We're halfway through now. This amazes me because now we don't start back till Boxing Day. I don't think the Premier League starts back, and this month or 6 weeks that we've had off, what will happen between the teams at the top and the teams at the bottom? Because it could be a bad thing for the teams at the top. But this
Well,
break.
Liverpool, they have 6 or 7 players at the World Cup only.
Yes, yeah.
While City had 16 or something like this. This can change the performance.
And Arsenal as well. Arsenal have had a magnificent season so far. Now, you know,
I'm
this is
loving them.
Sorry?
I'm not a fan of Arsenal, but the way they play this season,
yeah,
heads down.
Who are you a fan of?
In England, no one particular.
Yeah.
But I'm a diehard Real Madrid fan.
Are you a Real Madrid fan? Well, okay. You don't want me to tell you about the semi-final in 1968, then, do you?
No, I would like to tell me about the English youngsters. Saka,
the English youngsters.
Rashford is 25, I think. Now he's not that young.
Yeah, no.
But Mount, Rice,
Bellingham, unbelievable.
He's coming to Madrid.
Is he? Well, you'll have to prize him from the German league, I think. No, I think with Bellingham, he's very mature. And I go back to what I said earlier about Spain. They never had anybody that would take people on or go at defenses. When Bellingham gets the ball, he is one player who will receive it, turn, and go at the defense from midfield, and that upsets defenses.
I shared to a friend that I haven't seen a player performing with such calmness when he has the ball, probably since Zidane. And,
absolutely.
And he plays with such a grace. His turning, his style is.
Yeah.
I
but every touch, everything. He's also got strength because today's game there's so much strength in the players that he rides it. He knows where they are, and he will go on. And well, you've seen that obviously in the World Cup.
So you're picking Alisson as the best goalkeeper at the World Cup, and Bellingham as the most impressive England player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on.
Well, probably I'm thinking to switch to club teams now.
Go on.
There's some topsy-turvy times at Old Trafford.
Yeah, obviously. But we've had that for a while. The fact is, I mean, don't forget when you have look, no one's ever going to beat Sir Alex Ferguson's record.
No.
Right? And when he left the club, or not leave the club, he decided to move upstairs.
Wait. Sorry. So you don't think Guardiola can stay another 10 years and beat Sir Alex?
But it was one thing about Guardiola. When did he last win the Champions League?
Well, probably 12. No, not 12, but in
2011, was it?
12, was it?
2011.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, Manchester City, that's the only thing they want. And Guardiola, if you think about it, I know you're a staunch Real Madrid fan, and he was at Barcelona, but he's never won it since he left Barcelona.
Well, I don't say I'm liking him and the style of him. I'm just asking if he stays another 10 years. Probably he can better start.
No, because the fact is that he went to Bayern Munich because Bayern Munich wanted to win the Champions League. 3 years there, didn't win it, and obviously Man City and Manchester.
We're on the absolutely same page here about his accomplishments.
And I don't want, being a Manchester United player, ex-player and fan, I don't want Manchester City to win the Champions League.
What did you thought when there were rumors that Ronaldo was joining City?
Listen, Ronaldo, the way the game is today, if Ronaldo joins City, all hell would have let loose in Manchester.
There will be no people on the streets, only angry fans.
But I mean, Ronaldo's best times were at United, not Real Madrid.
Okay, so let's. What are the best attributes for a goalkeeper?
Oh, definitely organization. Talking defensive. When you're a goalkeeper, you are the puppeteer. You're the puppeteer. You're the back.
Yeah,
you
please
organize.
I read a story about you.
Go on.
Saying that you got injured your jaw.
Jaw. Yeah.
While playing and giving instructions to the defenders.
Yeah, that was a bit of a white lie story, because what happened was, in the first minute of the game against Birmingham City, I went up for a free kick, which lobbed into the area, and the centre forward did what he normally do. He, instead of heading the ball, he headed my chin and knocked me out. And not like today, you have to go off, but I mean, in those days, you had a cold sponge put on your face and you come round, but your adrenaline, you carry on. And at half time, I relaxed and had a cup of tea, and my jaw started to swell up. So when I went out for the second half, I had the ball and I went to shout at our fabulous captain, Martin Buchan, that I was going to throw him the ball. And because I had to, it cracked. So it was right, but it wasn't right because I had a right crack on it before.
Do you have any observations on the young English goalkeepers coming through the academies?
It's very difficult today because there's so much in respect that with the academies and the players that play. If you're number one goalkeeper, you're number one. And you don't see a lot of the reserve games or the youth games at all. It's only when they come through and get their chance, and they have to take that chance when it happens. Like with De Gea, he had a bit of a bad spell probably 18 months, a year ago, last season. And we had one coming through called Henderson.
Yeah, I have it. Dean Henderson, they sent him to Nottingham, I think.
That's right, yes. Well, he actually was playing well. He deserved his place. Yeah. And he finished the season. I think he must have played about 10 or 12 games at the end of the season.
Yeah, it was 20.
And because, and then, unfortunately, at the start of the season we're in now, he got COVID. And obviously, De Gea, chance to come back, and he has proved himself superbly. He didn't want to lose his place, and I think he's done so well to come back as he, playing very well to keep Henderson out, and that's why Henderson went.
But I've been hearing that the Swiss goalkeeper is coming to United in January, and they're letting the kid go free. Because he has
you mean Summer,
yeah,
is it?
Summer, yeah.
Well, there's always a lot of talk.
He has an expiring contract in 2023.
Yeah, but there has been in the paper recently here that he's been offered another year. So who knows? The only thing about him, he is probably about 6 or 7 games away from the amount of games that I played for Manchester United.
He has to go.
I like your style.
He has to go in January.
Yeah, because he did come from Atletico Madrid, though, didn't he?
Can we compare Atletico and the other? No.
I mean, when I go back and think about Real Madrid, Casillas was fantastic. I mean, when he was unbelievable as a young kid who came through, and he took his chance, didn't he?
Yeah, and he caught it. He grabbed his chance and never left it.
That's right, and that's what you've got to do as a goalkeeper, because
Yeah,
you're.
Now mentioning Casillas, I checked your height.
Yeah.
It's 180.
Well, 6 foot, me.
Yeah. Okay. I've checked the Premier League goalkeepers. Pickford is 185. I'm talking in meters. Sorry, but
I know you are. I know.
and nowadays,
But I am 80. See?
nowadays, I think
I am 80, so
you have to be really
oh,
tall.
they're all 6'5", and that just proves a little point to you and me, is the fact that the only thing they've never changed is the size of the goals. So you know, I mean, let's think about it. I mean, the goalkeepers are now so much bigger and taller.
Yeah.
It's easier for them than it was for me.
Do you remember Jorge Campos?
Yeah. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Are you happy with the tenure of the Glazers?
Well, it's an awkward one, because I mean, I work at Old Trafford. I do the hospitality, and I've got to say that there's so many rumours that it's out of date now, but I've never seen anything that hasn't that in respect of moving on into the stadium. There's always things going on there. They changed the lounges. They've done this. They've done that. They've updated inside. The outside of it, I don't quite know, because you don't get involved in any of that. But the Glazers never sort of have done anything to do with how can I say, the past. They've never changed the history of the club. I think managers have. I think the managers that have come in have, in a way.
Like David,
I'm talking
Van Gaal and
Mourinho, Van Gaal. Not so much Ollie, because Ollie knew a lot about it. I don't know much about Ten Hag, but I think with Van Gaal and Mourinho, they no way are they going to stay at a club for more than nowadays, more than probably 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, they were chasing trophies, instant success.
Absolutely, and but not the respect, and not having the respect of the history of the club, ex-players, etc.
Yeah. Okay.
Which Alex Ferguson was a master at.
A quick top 5 of the Premier League goalkeepers. I know you would start with Alisson.
Yeah, that's a hard one, really. My word. Well, you see, there's not many English goalkeepers.
Well, I like Aaron Ramsdale.
Oh, well, Ramsdale has come through. Yes, he's probably one that has come through. Who else have you got? I mean, apart from Nick Pope has done well. He was at Burnley. He's come on well. I mean, but he made a horrible mistake in playing for England. His first cap, I think it was. But yeah, he's done well. But he's in a team that's changed. The team's winning. It's when you're a goalkeeper. It's when your team is not playing well. You've got to be the saviour. But when your team's scoring goals, it makes it a lot easier for you. So yeah, I'd say Pope and Henderson, really. Henderson's done all right at Notts Forest, although they're not doing very well in the league. No, De Gea's done very well, and of course Ederson at City.
Yeah, he's been a constant in City's goal for the past 5 years.
Yeah, but it's the way at Ederson that Pep wants his team to play as a goalkeeper. I mean,
it's more of a defender.
Well, he had to go, but when he joined, I mean, that actually ruined a guy called Joe Hart, who was England goalkeeper, because he said he couldn't. But unfortunately, this is how I look at it. For Joe Hart, he was England's goalkeeper, and the manager comes in and says he can't use his feet. Well, unbelievable. The managers that he played under never played that way, so he never really had a chance. And I think that ruined his career, actually.
I think some kind of the same happened to De Gea and his absence.
Yeah,
because he's not playing good with feet, or
that's
what Enrique said.
He's not. If he. I mean, I met him the other week, and he presented me with a signed shirt, and he's a nice lad. But I would, over his career at Old Trafford, I would have liked to see more talking, organisation, and not saving the ball with his feet. Because as a goalkeeper, you have to use your hands.
Yeah, and your head.
And your head. And your mouth.
Yeah. So, Ten Hag, you don't have any observations on him?
Sorry? No. I mean, he's from what we read in the papers, you see, that is the thing now. We don't get involved. When Alex was there, we could meet the players, and the players knew who we were. But now, the modern game, it's one of these things. It's moved on, and we don't have a lot to do with the manager now.
Okay, can you come with the top 4 finish?
To the top 4 in the Premier League?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, obviously City, and I think Arsenal will. I'm not sure about Tottenham. And Chelsea is another. Do you know? I think Manchester United might sneak in there. You know, and Newcastle.
Well, you said City. You said Tottenham. You said United.
I did. I said United. I said I'm not sure about Tottenham.
What about Arsenal?
Arsenal. Well, Arsenal, City, right?
You're saying Arsenal on top of City?
Well, it'd be nice for a change.
It would be awesome.
And ironically, I mean, the manager at Arsenal was under Mr. Guardiola.
Yeah, it was his assistant.
That's right. Yeah. So I'm going to go Arsenal, City, Newcastle, Manchester United.
Woo!
How about that?
Fantastic. I don't see Liverpool. I don't.
Well, they've had a run. I'd like to talk about. Would you like to talk about this game on Saturday?
Yeah, tell me about this game on Saturday.
I think that England, like I said before, will basically play the same team, start with the same team. If Southgate, I think that's what he'll do. But we don't have to worry about them. We must play our game. The only thing about it is because of the left side of Maguire and Shaw, which both teammates, okay, and Stones and Walker, teammates on the other side.
Yeah.
They have to make sure that they don't do so much passing around across the pitch. Get it forward, and players in the middle of the field, your Bellinghams, excuse me, your Bellinghams, and these sort of players have got to, even if Mount plays, got to go and turn and go at their defence, because I think that could be a weak point. If Varane plays, he's liable for injury. He's not been fit for United for a while. I think there could be some sort of lack of consideration defensively with Lloris and the back four.
Well, this is what I think. I think you're, even though Varane is not in the best form, I think
Yep.
in defense they are surely better equipped than you. France is better than England. But in midfield, with Pogba and Kante gone, and that these young ballers like Bellingham, Rice. I like Rice.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
West Ham put some out of this world price tags on him, but I like how he plays.
Yeah.
He's
Okay. Yeah. I mean, but I think I think England have got to go, not play around so much. It's their game to go forward. Let them worry. Let France worry about us.
Yeah, but I'm not. This is not what I'm seeing of Southgate and his.
Oh no,
And
I
how he
understand that.
implements his style. I've seen more of England playing the waiting game and punish,
Yeah.
exposing the wings with Saka and Rashford or
Well,
Phil Foden.
yeah, I quite agree with you, and this is what I'm trying to say to you. I don't want England to go out there and keep passing across the back, because that is not a tempo of a game which you want to go and win. It's a knockout game. You have to go and play your game and get at them and let them worry about you. Don't you worry about them.
Yeah, this is the moment that the Three Lions have to go out and make a statement.
And another thing, if we do put that pressure on, you've got more chance of getting corners, and we are, I would say, a lot better at corners than France.
Well, good that the last World Cup it broke the the bad luck with the penalties, because it was
Well,
going for quite a long time.
yeah, but if it goes to penalties, well, it goes to penalties. But you got. I mean, I still hold I'm still the leading scorer in England in the Football League, because I scored 2 goals in the penalty.
Yeah, we know that. We know that.
So you have to have the nerve to go and do it. You see,
Yeah.
And that's a want to win the game.
Okay, if let's say not some disastrous result like against Hungary,
right,
earlier this year, but if you crash out, if England crashes out, is what is the chance of Southgate keeping his job or being dismissed?
I think that's a great question, in respect that if you go back over the years, and with any sport, if you're a top team, or you're the head coach of your country, then basically if you go out of the